Welcome back. If you love Silent Missions Baroness #1, then you're going to love this. Today we're cracking open the brand new Silent Missions Firefly. If you aren't familiar with the man behind the mask, Firefly is the ultimate enigma. No name, no face, and absolutely no mercy. He's the elite saboteur COBRA calls in when they need total destruction and total stealth. He's a ninja master, an explosives expert, and quite frankly, terrifying. I'm diving into this issue right now, but I need to know, do you guys want to see more GiJoe coverage on this channel? Drop me a comment and let me know. Yet a topographical map highlighting the Sayan mountain region, which is a major mountain range located in the southern Siberia. We cut to a desolate snow-covered mountain range. The terrain is rugged with deep frozen landscapes. As we pull back, we see a dark shape moving across the tundra, a snowmobile kicking up white powder as it traverses the mountain. The snowmobile speeding across the flat frozen expanse, stark white ground, and the hazy overcast sky. We now get to see the driver wearing a dark helmet, tactical gear, gripping the steering wheel of a heavy-duty hybrid vehicle, part snowmobile, part off-road buggy, catching some serious air flying over a massive snowbank. The vehicle skids to a stop as Firefly, in winter tactical gear, walks around the parked snow vehicle as we see him pulling out binoculars, adjusting the rangefinder, focusing on a massive Russian industrial complex that sits nestled against the base of the mountains as snow continues to fall. A trail of footprints in the snow leads from the foreground toward the base of the massive concrete structure. An armed guard wearing a tan uniform. Behind him we see Firefly, crouched low in the snow, watching the guard from a distance. We cut to a bird's eye view as Firefly makes his move. He aims and shoots the grappling hook gun as we see it successfully anchored into the rim of a large circular vent high up on the concrete wall. Firefly is rappelling up the side of the building, suspended by the cable nearing the vent. Inside the facility, he stands before a massive rotating industrial fan. These blades are large and imposing. He times his maneuvers, diving, tucking, and rolling to navigate through the spinning blades of the ventilation system. He peeks out of the ventilation grate in the ceiling, surveying the room below. A hangar filled with military hardware, including tanks, armored transport vehicles, helicopters. Guards are visible patrolling the floor below as Firefly descends from the ceiling. He surprises a guard from behind, putting him in a chokehold. The next guard gasps for air as a wires tighten around his neck. And the last, he strikes with a blunt object, knocking him out with the force of the blow. As Firefly opens the door to leave, we see the guards collapsed on the floor in the foreground as he continues his mission deeper into the base. We're in an office as we see a military officer sitting at his desk, hunched over his work, smoking a cigar. Unbeknownst to him, Firefly is seen emerging silently from the ventilation shaft. The officer's face remains focused on his paperwork as Firefly grabs him from behind, chokes him silently as we see the officer collapse on the rug, the shadow of Firefly looming over his body. Wide shot of a hangar with Russian helicopters as we see a blonde woman working on him. Firefly lobs a small rock at the helicopter to draw her out. She instantly snaps into action, popping up to scan the perimeter, screwdriver gripped tight, ready for a fight. She keeps moving, scanning the shadows, completely unaware of what's waiting for her. The moment her foot hits the snare, she's jerked toward the ceiling. The screwdriver drops, and just like that, she's caught, as we see Firefly watching from the shadows. We're in a military gym where a massive mustachioed man is locked in on his bench press. He's completely focused until the vibe shifts. Suddenly, his expression turns to pure shock. Two camouflage gloved hands reach down from above, pinning the heavy barbell directly against his throat. The light leaves his eyes as the weight crushes him. As he's gone in an instant, he collapses to the gym floor, completely motionless, with nothing but a fallen weight plate left behind. We're in an armory. We pan across rows of rifles neatly lined up. We see a blonde soldier at his workbench, completely absorbed in cleaning his weapon. He's meticulously focused and totally unaware that death is standing right behind him. Before he can even register a sound, a massive shadow looms in the foreground, and wham! Firefly strikes him across the head with the butt of a rifle, and just like that, the soldier slumps over his desk and another target down. In a kitchen area where a soldier in a beret is settling for a quiet meal, toast, water, and hot coffee. It's a routine break and he's not alone. In a chilling close-up, we see a gloved hand of Firefly slip into the frame, dissolving the fine powder into his water. The soldier doesn't suspect a thing. He takes a long, unsuspecting sip, and the effect is instantaneous. His expression goes blank, he freezes, and then a thud. He's collapsed face first into his breakfast, the water spilling across the table as he slips into unconsciousness. Pure, calculated sabotage. Firefly doesn't just walk through the front door. We see him navigating a labyrinth of narrow vents and mechanical crawl spaces. He avoids the main security grid entirely. He's in his element here, as he releases a small amount of knockout gas to neutralize a guard. He's surgical. He continues to drop through a tight vertical shaft with insane agility. The mission is nearing its end. With a silent thud, he drops from the rafters to the lowest level, moving like a ghost between the industrial pillars. We see his gloved hands as he programs a detonator and crawls away, ready for the final strike. Take a look at this page. It is awesome how this sequence is laid out. We get this massive schematic style cross-section of the facility. You can see the Firefly moving through the pipe like a ghost, while the guards and their dogs stand watch below, completely oblivious to the threat moving through the machinery just feet away. We follow him deep into the cramped, claustrophobic tunnels of the ventilation system. The panels shift to a low angle as he navigates the dark shaft, his path illuminated only by the eerie blue glow of his flashlight. Firefly is laser focused, dropping silently from the duct and emerging into the storage area. As he slips into the final vent, you can feel it. He's ready to end this and finally reach his objective. We see him drop down, breaching an office, and slides into the chair and taps into the outdated terminal. He's not looking for files, he's looking for people. We see the screen flicker with a green Cyrillic text, list of prisoners. He's found the data. He hits the key, click, and instantly the room turns red. The alarms are screaming, the mission just went sideways, and Firefly is frozen for a split second, realizing exactly what he's just triggered. The stealth mission is officially over. Those calm overhead lamps are replaced by a rhythmic, pulsating red strobe. The facility's alarm is screaming. Chaos erupts. Doors are kicked open, heavy combat boots are pounding up the metal staircase, and a full squad is fanning out across the walkways and weapons drawn. We get an extreme close-up of Firefly's eyes. He isn't panicking, he's calculating, but the tension spikes the moment you hear the click of the rifle safeties coming off. He's surrounded. The odds are completely stacked against him. The room is about to erupt. He's standing in the center of the office, shadowed and completely surrounded with dozens of rifles trained on his position. He raises his hands. Is it a surrender or is he playing them? It's a masterfully drawn standoff, and the tension is absolutely suffocating. Close-up of his eyes, cold, calm, and calculating. He's surrounded by an army, but he's not acting like a man who's been caught. He sees everything. The officer, the soldiers, the woman in the back. He's playing the part, hands locked behind his head, acting like he's surrendered. But let's look closer. His hands are hovering over a detonator hidden in the glove. One finger on the yellow button. Then we hear click. A massive, deafening explosion tears through the room, sending the desk, the computer, and the furniture flying like shrapnel. Jagged wood and twisted metal flying outward in an absolute chaotic spray. It's pure, calculated destruction. The dust hasn't even settled. We see soldiers dazed, clutching their necks, staring into the ruins with looks of genuine horror. You can see it in their faces, speckled with soot, hollow, completely stunned. Then we pull back to see the commanders, including the officer from earlier, just standing there. They're staring down into the crater, a massive black void in the center of the base with nothing but a thin, ghostly plume of smoke rising from it. Firefly vanished into the darkness, leaving them without nothing but a hole in the ground. Similar to the start of the sequence, we see a topographical map again. It identifies a new location, Central Siberian region, a medium shot of a lone wolf sitting in the vast snow-covered field under the night sky howling. As we see a large fortified industrial facility at night. Now move from the wreckage of the base to a cold, reinforced cell, the absolute opposite of the chaos we just witnessed. Inside, we see a woman sitting in the shadows, quiet and composed, reading on a simple cot. But it's the detail on the walls that tell the real story. As we zoom in on an old Polaroid, we see two people, a man in blue camouflage mask that looks identical to Firefly, and the same woman posing by a tank. The date, Afghanistan, 1984. This hits like a ton of bricks. Just as we're processing, the link in single thin blue laser beam cuts through the darkness, landing right on her page. She looks up startled, but not with fear, with curiosity. Someone has found her. Cut to the heavy metal ventilation grate in the ceiling. It looks solid, impenetrable, but as we zoom in, the shadows start shifting. You don't see a reflection, you see two faint, glowing blue shapes behind the mesh. It's him. It's Firefly. He's staring directly down at her, eyes locked on his target, and suddenly it all makes sense. The killings, the explosion, the chaos, it was all just a massive distraction. He didn't come to destroy the base. He came to get the information to get her out and bring her home. That wraps up this issue. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more G.I. Joe and Energon Universe coverage. Thanks for hanging out at the Comic Book Lounge. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, leave a comment, or subscribe. It really helps the channel get recommended to other comic fans. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.